different at these kinds of heights. I've been running wild like a slaughter the flies. I am the thorn in the side, I got my sword in the sky. I'm from a different planet, I'm a quantum machine. I get results you can see, I flip the W on a WE.
Hello friends, so today we are here in Colombia in a region called Cauca. We are visiting our friends from Granja Paraíso 92. So we're gonna do a special episode for Cypher TV, and we're gonna show you the facility, the farm, and all the fermentation processes that he's been doing. So I hope you will enjoy this episode, and let's go.
Hello, Queenie. We are very happy that you are here.
Thank you.
I want to show you our facilities. And right now, we are in the wet gear.
Okay.
Where the fermentation happened, we saw the cherry.
Happens.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, you are right. You are right.
Yeah.
And first of all, we get the cherries
Okay.
here. In this, like a silo. There is no for parchment or for green bean.
Okay.
It's for
So
cherries.
the cherries that being picked to the dairy will be dumped here.
Yes.
Okay.
But remember, there are 4 topics which are very important when you want to control the processing. Focus in a flavor for in a specialty coffee.
Okay.
And the first is to measure or to guarantee the quality of the cherries. That is why after we get the cherries, we take a sample to measure the variables related to the quality of the cherry.
And what variables are you measuring for that?
Really, there are many.
Okay.
But let me say to you the most important, like density,
Okay.
moisture,
Moisture.
bricks, pH,
Okay.
size, and ripeness.
Okay.
Yeah? And after you know the quality of the cherry, okay? You start with the recipe. We say recipe because we have many ways to process the coffee.
Okay.
Yeah? And we just start in the first stage on the top. On the top, we have a sorting machine.
Okay.
Sorting machine to remove all of the defect.
Okay.
Remember, in cherry, no?
Yeah.
We are talking about cherry because I know that you are more professional in green bean than...
I've eaten so much cherries when we were wrapping them the farm list and
yeah. Of course, right now it's more easy
Yeah.
for me to explain. And in the first machine,
Uh-huh.
we sort by density.
Okay.
Cherries with low density
Okay.
are good for a specialty coffee.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's on the defect side. Okay.
Yeah, on the defect. But at the same time, we clean with ozone or clean.
All
Do
three.
you know what is ozone?
So throughout the machine, it's being segregated through density, and at the same time, it's cleaning
Yes.
by ozone.
By ozone.
Okay.
Ozone is a kind of gas, but it's the best way to clean food.
To clean food.
Yeah, because it's a gas. And when the fruit got into the water, the water kill all the bacteria and other compounds, even some chemical compounds. Our coffee is very clean.
Okay.
But if you want to process a coffee and someone had spread some chemical thing, for instance, or something, you clean the cherry. It's very useful.
So the ozone, that's the one making the bubbles
Bubble, yeah.
throughout the cleaning process.
Exactly.
Okay.
But when the cherry go out, the gas evaporates and the cherries keep clean.
Okay.
And the next stage is where we clean the cherries, but with UV light.
With UV light. So,
Yeah.
okay, density, cleaning with ozone, and then goes through the UV light.
UV light.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And sort by size.
Okay. So another sorter. Okay.
By size at the same time. UV light and sort by size. Because the smaller bean or the tiny bean are green bean or drying cherries,
Okay.
which are no good. Because are different than the other one. We prefer 100% or as much as possible
Okay.
cherry with the right remnants.
Okay. And then
And then we apply thermochuck,
thermal shock.
manually.
So from the UV light, it will be separated, right? Good cherries and bad cherries.
Yes.
And then you take out these coffees and do thermal shock.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
With the coffee is thermochuck.
Okay.
With the coffee is a recipe that doesn't need thermochuck.
Okay.
The coffee go to the pulping machine
Okay.
before put into the bioreactors.
Okay. So the way you apply thermal shock, it's before the bioreactor,
Before. Yes.
or are there some cases that you do thermal shock also after the bioreactor?
Yeah, for competition. For competition because it's
So it's double thermal shock.
double thermochuck.
Okay.
But it's not easy to do. It's not easy to do it
Mm-hmm.
because here, that is why we have developed many machines.
Okay.
Because, yeah,
I can
because
see.
like right now we have a problem. I need a machine to apply thermochuck for more batches.
Okay.
Yeah, because right now we apply thermochuck manually.
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 Okay. And
And it's-
you use a specific machine to do thermal shock.
No, like a tank to take the
okay.
coffee into the hot water and then into the cold water.
That.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, but it's hard to do it, and that is why only for a competition
Mm-hmm.
lot that we apply at the beginning and at the end. Like, let me say something now. You know, we won with the SL28.
Okay.
Only thermochuck.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
It's
I remember that
because
coffee.
the judges is looking for a good mouthfeel.
Okay.
And one way to enhance or to improve the mouthfeel
Mhm.
is double thermochuck. Because remember, the thermochuck take the complex sugar into a simple sugar because the temperature.
Okay. Let me go through that. So complex sugar.
Yes,
So let's say taking out the cherries and you do thermal shock.
yes.
At what temperature you usually do the thermal shock?
For a competition, a boiling water.
Boiling water.
Yeah, but for batches more bigger,
Okay.
75.
75
degrees.
degrees.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And you do it for how many minutes?
2.5.
2.5 minutes.
2.5 minutes.
Okay. And then after putting it in hot water, then what's the next process?
Hot and cold water.
Hot and cold.
Yes.
And the cold water is around how many temperature?
Room temperature.
Just the
15, 16 here in our farm.
and by doing thermal shock, what attributes did you enhance?
Body,
Body.
as I mentioned,
Uh-huh.
because the simple sugar,
Okay.
let the espresso, has more TDS,
Okay. Yeah.
because the simple sugar, but the simple sugar enhance the sweetness too.
The sweetness too. Okay.
Yeah. And thermochuck is very interesting because let me to process a coffee that tastes like the fresh cherry.
So the sweetness of the fresh cherry is being absorbed where? On the boiling or after the
After,
Okay,
because
so-
when you immerse the cherries in a boiling water,
okay.
the cherries release a little bit of water or moisture that the cherries have.
Okay.
But after
So this is where the simple the complex sugar and simple sugar are being separated, right?
it's other thing that happen into the cherry.
Okay.
The complex and simple sugar is one thing.
Okay.
And the other one is the cherry release some a little bit of water in steam.
Instant. Yeah.
And when you take the cherries into the room temperature water, the behavior are different. The cherry doesn't release, the cherry
Absorb.
absorb.
Okay.
Exactly.
Oh, wow.
Exactly. That is why the coffee with thermochuck are very different.
Okay.
Yeah?
I can sense.
And taste totally different than the other kind of cherry without any fermentation. But we prefer to take the coffee into the bioreactor for fermentation.
Like fermentation. So
Yeah.
you prefer. Okay.
Yeah.
So going back to that UV light. After being sorted again, it goes to the bioreactor,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Okay. So here, in this kind of bioreactor, this is where you do the yeast fermentation, which is you are famous for.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly. And the yeast depend of the recipe
Okay.
or the flavor that we are looking for.
Okay. So you use certain kind of yeast
Yeah.
to achieve different kind of profile. Is that
Yes.
correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. For example, the yeast that intends the fruity profile or cherry or red cherry profile
Mm-hmm.
is different than the yeast that enhance the like tropical fruit
Okay.
or yellow fruit.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
are different. If we want to enhance the
Yeah.
red the red cherries
Uh-huh.
and you add the yeast that enhance the citrus profile,
Okay.
but the coffee is gonna taste totally different that you want.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. That is why it's very important the advanced process,
Advanced.
because advanced process is the only way that you can guarantee the quality of the coffee at the end and the replicability. Without the stages, without to take care of the stages of the advanced processing, it's almost impossible to predict from the beginning, from you get the sherry,
Mm-hmm.
the final flavor.
Fine.
The final flavor. And remember, and it's good to remember for you and for the people, the stages or the phases of advanced fermentation
Okay.
or advanced process. Number one, the quality of the cherry.
Yes.
Number two, clean the cherries as much as possible.
Okay.
Of course, serve the defect in a cherry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And the next, the fermentation.
Fermentation.
And the yeast, bacteria, or the microorganism,
Microorganism, yeah.
of course. Because sometimes we use bacteria instead of yeast.
Instead of yeast.
Yeah. And
Okay.
even some batches with some, like koji, for example.
Okay.
Some other kind of microorganism.
Okay.
And it's very interesting because here in this bread mill that you can see in person by your eyes.
I can see.
Yeah, it's like for wine or for beer industry.
Yeah.
Even we have some tool to measure the fermentation variables,
Okay.
but automatically.
Okay. So let's weigh up and try to see what are the parameters
Yes,
you are following to. Okay. Oh, wow. What is the capacity of this machine, Milton?
It's a 2.5 tons.
2 ton and a half.
2,500
Cherries.
kilos
Kilos of cherries.
cherries or honored coffee.
Or pop coffee.
Not the coffee, because the density
Mm-hmm.
are similar, not the same
Yeah.
in cherry and purple.
Okay.
Because the purple has a lot of water. And the bioreactor,
Mm-hmm.
one of the most important machine
Yeah.
for processing,
Okay.
for fermentation.
Yeah.
Fermentation is the
Okay.
yes.
Yeah.
Fermentation is the stage where we can modify
Mm-hmm.
the profile.
Yes.
Because the fermentation, do you know what is fermentation?
Yeah.
What is? Let me tell you. The fermentation is the only way that you can become one component into something else.
Something else.
Yeah,
Okay.
like sugar, for example, into alcohol or some acids.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the only way. That is why the fermentation is very important in medicine and in other industry like bread, meat, wine, beer,
Yeah.
and of course for coffee. But in coffee, we need more research, more knowledge,
More, okay.
develop more knowledge to understand what is happening
Inside.
inside or when you are fermenting coffee.
So usually when you create a recipe, let's say for example, in one particular coffee, let's say pink bourbon, you would test it in smaller batches first
Yes,
before you put it here.
yes.
Okay.
We're gonna show you our lab
Okay.
because the process just begin on the lab.
On the lab.
On the lab.
Okay.
Not here because it's
It's a
big
volume. Yeah.
big volume
Yeah.
to lose the money
Yeah.
or maybe to be stressful because the quality at the end is it's not good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that is why you need to. It's like a copy, but no copy to get another industry.
Take from small batch to big batch.
Exactly, because in other industry like the wine, develop the recipe with a small quantity,
Yeah.
and that is why we do. And the bioreactor, the cherry, and inside it, and the mushroom is dropping into
Okay.
here, and
What do you mean mushroom? The mucilage.
then you seal it, right?
Okay.
I say mushroom because it's related to wine.
So the mucilage is going here.
Yes, going down.
Okay.
And we use the sponge to suck the mustard and to spread on the top.
So it's a cycle.
Yes. We make the liquid in circle.
Uh-huh.
Do you know?
Yeah. So I can imagine that cherries, mucilage, and then this is
To add the yeast.
tribal yeast.
To add the yeast.
Tribal yeast. Okay.
And sometimes some helper for the yeast. Like enzymes,
And rhyme.
some mineral, magnesium, calcium.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Because we use more than 12 kind of yeast or microorganisms.
And what does like magnesium, calcium, how does it affect the fat profile of these coffees?
Yeah, it's because the yeast need a little bit higher level than the mucilage
Okay.
has. And that is why I add that kind of compounds. But you let me remember, you help me to keep in mind the yellow bourbon.
Okay.
Because when I start to add magnesium
Uh-huh.
and calcium is trying to enhance the body for a barista competition.
Mm.
But the calcium and magnesium combine match with the yeast and produce that amazing flavor like red cherries, no?
Okay.
The yellow bourbon. But of course, enhance the body a little bit too.
Mhm.
Yeah? But the most important thing is because the yeast need more magnesium or more calcium.
More calcium.
Remember that the calcium and magnesium affect the alkalinity.
Okay.
And the alkalinity is very, very important in a fermentation. Not only the pH.
Not only.
People are confused with pH and alkalinity. Yeah? But pH is different than alkalinity.
Yes.
The alkalinity is more magnesium, more calcium.
Mm. And how long does the fermentation stays here?
It's like it's recipe.
Yeah.
It depends on the recipe.
Depends, okay.
But,
Like
the
the shortest,
sure, 36.
36 hours.
36,
Okay.
36 to 90, 92
90 hours.
hours
Okay. Depends on the kind of
of fermentation.
coffee and,
Yeah.
and profile. Okay.
But sometimes we are happy and we ferment 300 hours, or even 1,000 hours,
Wow.
but only for a few batch.
Okay.
To check what happened. Because when the sugar just finished, when the yeast just finished to eat the sugar
Sugar.
from the mucilage, just start to ferment the fat,
Okay.
which is other kind of fermentation. Not only the sugar can be fermented, you can ferment other kind of.
Open
Oh.
my mind. You're blowing my mind with all of this information. Okay.
Wow, that is the idea.
Wow.
And very important. And Winnie, thank you for coming. Thank you.
Yeah,
Trying to no, and I'm watching you. I'm a crazy mind. Try to do something different.
And you weigh this machine
Yes.
yourself.
this bioreactor is my idea. I built my first bioreactor 6 years ago.
Wow.
Right now, this is the number five generation of bioreactor.
Bioreactor.
I think the next level will be better. So I'm thinking about the next level with a computer, where you can control more variables.
A system operated one.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, a more automatically. But the bioreactor is very important.
And what are the things that you control here?
Here, of course, the microorganism,
Okay.
the TDS,
TDS,
the pH,
pH,
the temperature,
temperature,
and the breaks.
and the goods.
Yeah, we measure that variable to check what is happening with the fermentation. Is going well or no? Yeah, but sometimes,
And how the report shows from here?
yeah, from here or on a phone, because this phone is connected to Wi-Fi
Okay.
and is getting the data.
So there's an app.
An
that
app.
moves.
Yeah,
Okay.
an app on a web page. In a computer, you can go
Wow.
to the web page to collect the information for every batch.
Amazing.
And the new tools is gonna control more variables.
More volume.
Yeah. Sometimes we get some samples because we need more information, like what kind of yeast is growing,
Yeah, and how
what kind of gas is releasing.
and the behavior.
Yes,
No.
yes, yeah. But we get a sample and take to the lab, and in the lab we can measure more variables. If we check, if we release that the variable that you are measuring maybe is taking a wrong way, and we need more information to see what happened.
Understood.
Thank you.
Okay, so let's say after the fermentation happens here, what's going to be the next step?
The next step is wash the coffee. If the coffee is not for natural.
Okay.
Natural, take the coffee from the bioreactor to the drying machine.
Okay.
The coffee, we used to do a natural, but in only a few batches. Like for you.
Yeah.
Yeah? We prefer wash because wash we can dry quickly. And we can produce more quantity. Yeah? And we wash with an eco drying, eco wash. It's a machine built in Colombia, developed in Colombia.
Okay.
Yeah? And this machine helped me to wash the coffee even without water. Even without water.
Even without water.
Yeah. If we want to clean the parchment,
Okay.
very, very clean, you can add a little bit. But if you don't have problem, if the parchment looks like a little bit like honey, you don't need water. The machine works without water.
So you use the same ozone.
No, here not.
Okay.
Here is to wash.
To wash.
Yeah, to wash the coffee.
And if without water, what do you use for washing?
Sorry?
If you don't use water, what kind of washing, what kind of cleaning?
It's to remove the mucilage only.
Okay, just to remove it.
Yeah. And there is something very important that I want to tell you. The water that we use here
Okay.
in this area to ferment the coffee, to clean the coffee, we get it into the drying stage. That I'm going to show you. In the drying stage, we collect the water.
From the machine.
Exactly.
The drying machine.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's being recycled.
Exactly. I am not 100% sure, but I think this is the first red meal that doesn't need extra resource or water. Yeah, because we take the water from the parchment or from the cherry and the dried state to here, and one machine give me more than 400 liters of water per day.
One machine.
One machine.
Wow.
I have 12.
Okay.
Yeah, I have enough water to clean the machine, to clean the cherries, and the water is very good because it's a clean water. No magnesium, no calcium, no mineral, no bacteria. Yeah,
Wow.
come to share.